Have you ever pondered about the difference between a sociopath, a psychopath, and a narcissist? If you have, you're not alone. These terms often get mixed up in popular culture, each one painted with broad strokes that blur the lines between them. But beneath the surface, there's a fascinating world of distinction that separates these three personality types. Sociopaths, psychopaths, and narcissists are not merely labels for villains in Hollywood thrillers. They represent real, complex human behaviors and mindsets that exist in our society. Each one carries its own unique traits, behaviors, and patterns of thinking that set them apart from one another. Misconceptions and stereotypes have clouded our understanding of these personalities, leading to confusion and sometimes fear. But fear not, because knowledge is power, and understanding is the first step to demystifying the unknown. In the next few minutes, we will unravel the distinct traits of a sociopath, psychopath, and a narcissist. Let's embark on this intriguing journey. So what exactly makes a person a sociopath? Let's dive right in. A sociopath in the realm of psychology is typically defined as someone with antisocial personality disorder. This is not just a person who prefers solitude, oh no. This disorder is characterized by a blatant disregard for societal norms, rules, and obligations. They're often seen as charming, but underneath that charismatic veneer, there's a lack of empathy and a tendency towards manipulation. Let's unpack that a bit. When we say lack of empathy, we mean that a sociopath struggles to understand or share the feelings of others. They might not grasp why someone is upset, or they may not feel any remorse for their actions if they've hurt someone else. This lack of empathy often makes it easier for them to manipulate others for their own gain. On that note, let's discuss manipulation. Sociopaths are often highly manipulative individuals. They're skilled at convincing others to do things that may not be in their best interest. They can be deceptive, cunning, and incredibly convincing. Now, a crucial point to remember is that sociopathy is a personality disorder. It's not just a character flaw or a bad habit. It's a deeply ingrained pattern of behavior that typically becomes apparent in adolescence or early adulthood and remains relatively stable over time. A sociopath's disregard for societal norms might manifest in many ways. They might consistently break laws, lie or deceive others, or show impulsivity and a failure to plan ahead. They might be irritable and aggressive, often getting into physical fights or assaults. And despite all these negative consequences, they might show a startling lack of remorse, appearing indifferent or even justifying their actions. But here's the thing, not all sociopaths are criminals or violent. Many blend into society, unnoticed, leading seemingly ordinary lives. And that's what makes this disorder both fascinating and terrifying. Now that we've dissected what makes a sociopath, let's move on to understanding psychopaths. When we hear the term psychopath, it often sparks fear. But what does it truly mean? A psychopath in the realm of psychology is a person who exhibits a specific set of traits and behaviors that deviate from societal norms. Unlike sociopaths, who are generally thought to be products of their environment, psychopaths are believed to be born, not made. This distinction is crucial in understanding the nature of psychopathy. One of the defining traits of a psychopath is their apparent lack of remorse or guilt. They can commit acts that others would find distressing or morally wrong without feeling any emotional discomfort. This lack of empathy often leads to manipulative and exploitative behavior, as they do not feel the same emotional repercussions that others do. Another characteristic often associated with psychopathy is charm. Psychopaths are frequently seen as charismatic individuals. They can be articulate and engaging, which allows them to manipulate others easily. This charm, however, is typically superficial, a mask they wear to blend in and to further their own interests. Impulsivity is another trait commonly found in psychopaths. They often act without thinking about the consequences, leading to reckless behavior. This impulsiveness can manifest in various ways, from financial irresponsibility to physical risk-taking. It's important to note that not all psychopaths are violent or criminal. Many are high-functioning individuals who blend into society, using their traits to succeed in certain fields. It's a misconception that all psychopaths are dangerous or malevolent. They are, however, often self-centered and indifferent to the feelings and needs of others. Finally, it's essential to remember that psychopathy is a complex condition. It's not simply a matter of black and white, good or evil. Understanding psychopathy helps us empathize with those who have this condition and foster a more compassionate and informed society. Having understood what a psychopath is, let's explore the world of narcissists. Narcissism is a term we hear often, but do we truly understand it? Unraveling the complexities of narcissism is akin to peeling back the layers of an onion, each one revealing a new aspect of this multifaceted personality disorder. Let's start with grandiosity. Narcissists often have an inflated sense of self and their importance in the world. They believe they're unique, special, and superior to others, which often leads to a sense of entitlement. They feel that they deserve special treatment and that others should recognize their supposed brilliance. Then we have the need for admiration. Narcissists crave validation and admiration from others like a plant craves sunlight. They're constantly seeking out compliments, approval, and admiration to feed their inflated self-image. This hunger for admiration is so intense that it often leads to manipulative behavior, where they exploit others to receive the praise they so desire. Perhaps one of the most defining traits of a narcissist is a lack of empathy. They struggle to understand or share the feelings of others. This isn't due to a lack of intelligence or awareness, but rather a self-focus so intense that it eclipses the needs and feelings of those around them. This inability to empathize often results in relationships marked by conflict, manipulation, and emotional harm. But it's important to understand that narcissism is a spectrum. It's not a one-size-fits-all label. Just as there are varying shades of a color, there are varying degrees of narcissism. Not everyone who is confident or likes a bit of attention is a narcissist. It's when these traits become excessive, when they start to harm the individual and those around them, that we start to see narcissistic personality disorder. It's a delicate balance, isn't it? The line between a healthy self-esteem and narcissism can be razor thin, but the impact of crossing that line can be vast and damaging. Now that we've gone through each personality type, let's summarize the key differences. We've journeyed through the minds of a sociopath, psychopath, and a narcissist, but how do they truly differ? We've traversed the labyrinthine psyches of these three personality types, each with their unique traits, origins, and impacts on relationships. Let's take a moment to reflect on our journey. We first met the sociopath, the master of charm and manipulation. Their lack of empathy and disregard for societal norms can make them dangerous, yet their charisma often keeps them hidden in plain sight. Sociopaths are products of their environment, molded by adverse circumstances or traumatic experiences. Their relationships are often characterized by deceit and exploitation, leaving a trail of emotional destruction in their wake. Next, we ventured into the world of the psychopath, a realm of cold calculation and ruthless efficiency. Psychopathy is typically innate, a result of genetic factors rather than environmental influences. Unlike sociopaths, psychopaths are often meticulous and disciplined, making their actions even more chilling. Their relationships, bereft of any genuine emotional connection, serve as mere tools for personal gain. Lastly, we explored the narcissist's universe, a space where they are the undisputed center. Narcissists crave admiration and validation, often at the expense of others. They are grandiose, self-absorbed, and insensitive to the needs and feelings of those around them. Their relationships are typically one-sided, with the narcissist taking more than they give. Each of these personality types presents a unique set of challenges, but it's essential to remember that they represent extreme cases. Not everyone who exhibits some of these traits is a sociopath, psychopath, or narcissist. It's crucial to approach these topics with caution, sensitivity, and a commitment to understanding rather than judgment. Remember, understanding these personality types is the first step to empathy and effective communication. Stay curious, stay informed.